Yeah.
overall. So what do you think was the craziest moment for Liv and the team?
I think the craziest moment, I mean, crazy is the wrong word, but I think most powerful moment was when she scratched Ravi. Like, this person who had first supported her through this entire ordeal, and she'd been the guinea pig and she'd put herself out there. It's come full circle, and he has actually said to her, I want to take this risk, and you're worth it, and your kind is worth it. So I thought that was really profound to me and very meaningful. And going forward, I just don't know how on earth these two species are going to coexist peacefully. I mean, we can see in the world right now that it's hard and that people don't respond welcomingly to other a lot of the time. So I'm really curious going forward, and it makes me celebrate Ravi's character even more, that he is just so pro their integration and pro the care of zombies and the support for them. Yeah.
Now, for a couple of episodes, Liv did the makeup to look human-like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then she came back again.
Yeah.
So, what was that like for you? For a couple of episodes, and why do you think that Liv like that look?
So it was a huge relief for me not to have the wig on for a few days. It was gets particularly sort of bothersome after a long time. So it was great to just be in my hair and makeup. And I think that for Liv, it's really important for her not to adhere to these sort of phoned in, pretending to be human zombies. She's like, no, you should be allowed to be different and that be okay. And that's what to me, that's what the show was about going into it. So she is kind of a rebel of sorts, and she's seen as a rebel by Fillmore Graves and by the community now. You know, they're in this walled city, and she isn't sure that it's so fair that people should not be allowed to be scratched, to be turned into zombies, and that's so wrong. And she's very kind of morally curious about it all. So going forward, we get to see some pretty politically charged tones this season. Yeah.
Speaking of Fillmore Graves, is there going to be some interaction with her and Chase Graves?
There is. I don't know whether it's going to be romantic or not. I would imagine not anytime soon. But she does respect Chase. I think she just has a very different opinion about how he should be handling what's happened in the city. So I'm not sure going forward. There will be interaction between them for sure. I don't know how positive it will be.
So now the season's out, we get to see Liv's mom and brother.
Yeah, we get to see them very early on, her mum and brother. And that's always been a sort of a sticking point for me, is like Liv is so compassionate and warm and caring for the people in her life. How could she just not have any interaction with her family? So I'm glad that they're going to sort of address that very early on. I understand why she needed distance from them, but I'm glad that that's not something she just gives up on in her life. Yeah.
Robert was talking earlier about how you and his character are going to be butt heads because they have two different like they're on two different sides.
Yeah.
And how can you elaborate a little bit on that and how Liv may deal with that, or I mean, it's kind of hurt her.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of Republicans and Democrats sitting at a dinner table, like, where you can love these people very much, but if you think differently, it's a hurdle and you should be able to listen, I think, is the key thing. Like, you need to know where that person is coming from and why. So for Liv and Major, I think that going forward, they're very three-dimensional characters. They don't just think the same, feel the same because they love each other. It's going to be very challenging, and I hope that they're able to maintain some sort of love for each other and ultimately get through that. Mm-hmm.
How do you, what's your response to how things like left off in the season? Were you surprised by that? Or do you think that the zombie reveal was going to happen too soon, and then that you would be so split in your divided?
Yeah, at this point I would have been surprised if I wasn't surprised by one of our finales. Like, they throw so much at us, and it's always like real cliffhangers, and we've been sort of knocking down Rob Thomas's door for the last few months, like, how are we going to do this? And now we've just been in the writers' room the last week, hearing kind of what their plan is, and I'm really excited. I think that they have we definitely still have Case of the Week. We still have Liv eating brains. We still have a lot of the same characters. You're going to be on the same journey in many ways. But the world has changed, and it does. And so that'll be kind of interesting, is how they adapt to this new community, you know.
It seems like in every season, what are you looking forward to?
I'm on the Hockey Goon Brain is one of the ones I get this season, and I think that'll be a lot of fun. I used to ice skate. I'm really excited to get back into a rink, and maybe I'll fit in Vancouver more, in Canada. Like, I'll just be one of the Canucks hanging out with the gang, Hockey Goon right here. We'll see.